Alrighty, we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to another
What up? What up?
episode of Good Pickins Podcast, number 64.
That's right.
Yes, sir. If you guys don't know, we are also doing this
Whoa.
podcast. Whoa, dude, you just got abducted by aliens or something. What sound alert is
That's
that?
that's my notification for you going live.
Oh, okay. Nice. I appreciate you got the notifications on like that.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro. But if you guys don't
Yeah.
know, we're doing this now every other week. So if you guys like notice that a week is missing every now and then, is because we were doing this every other week, but we're still
Yep.
switching channels so that anyone is here, right now or that is listening to this on the replay, that is why.
Yep.
But yeah. How are things? How was the Amazon call that you just did? How's everything?
It's pretty good, man. We're just trying to get people that want an extra stream of income. You know what I mean? Like multiple streams of income is like a thing right now. So
For sure.
that's super easy money. So it was good. We're just trying to get the people into the program first and foremost. So yeah, it went good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you guys are new to both, Marcus and or I, he does a Patreon group with Bo Johnson, and they can help motivate you to get your reselling to the next level. So go over to his
Yep.
channel and check that out if you haven't. Yeah, I kind of did the same, but with my own gumption these past few weeks with the
Mhm.
clothing challenge, and that was
Yeah.
whoo, it was
Yeah, I
a
know you're glad to
doozy.
be done, huh?
I'm so glad, bro. I feel like going to those garage sales the last couple weeks of the challenge, like
Yeah.
I was like, I
Gave you
could
that
just
extra little
taste it.
push,
I
huh?
was like,
Yeah.
I just, oh man. So, but I still found
Bro,
some clothing stuff.
I was seeing the videos and it's just like each video, like you're just like, this is the worst that I've felt ever. Like, I'm really not looking for this. I was like, man, this dude is hating life right now, man.
Dude,
I
I
felt
think
bad for you,
it,
bro.
it truthfully is like just the monotony of clothing and the like
Yeah,
just I got really excited about like the vintage finds, like the Pink Floyd shirt. I was like,
yeah,
this is dope. Of course, you were there that day when I found the vintage
yeah.
Carhartt. I was stoked about that. I was like, these
Mhm.
things are sick, like so cool. But
Yeah,
yeah, other than that, like, dude, there's no passion for a pair of American Eagle jeans or
not at all.
a
Not
Ford
at all.
Pinto shirt. There's just
Yeah.
it's just
I
I
don't know, man. I'd probably be stoked about a Ford Pinto shirt. I'd be like, this is awesome.
I
Somebody would
mean,
love it.
I that is I guess when you look at it like that, like I get it. Like when you kind of zoom out from the bigger
Mhm.
picture and like
Yeah.
just the fact that like at even just as resellers in general, but like, I kind of talked about it in the very last video of the series, like we get to
Mhm.
bring stuff back into the populace. We get to make
Yeah.
stuff cool or be part of the stuff that's cool,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't seem cool to other people.
Right.
I just it's
Yeah.
it's neat.
I think the reflection that you had at the end of the whole process was it was very enlightening for someone that didn't do clothing.
Mhm.
That's, strictly hard goods and media and stuff like that with a little clothing splashed in to
Yeah.
then dive full blown into it and then not do what you are used to doing. So for the mindset that you had after that to where you had two different points of view, you could do it to where you do the volume and make a little bit of money, or you can do, go every single day and or go, not multiple times a week and then be more selective about the items you choose. And we've had this conversation before that if I had my ideal sourcing situation, I would go to the bins multiple times a week and I would be much more selective about what I would buy. And I would still do, I said 40 a day then, but I'm at 30 now. And I would just do 30 a day, but I'd make sure they were all 25, $35 and up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you'd be surprised at the amount of money you can make with I work 3 days a week now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 days
Yeah.
a week. I was done working by 3:30 today. So uh, and that's doing 90 a day still.
Yeah.
And then I just break it up.
You've had such a huge shift in your day-to-day operations,
Yeah.
and for you guys that haven't gone back and either watched Marcus's videos, which you should, but I mean, like, dude, just seeing you like just right now, even this
Yeah.
conversation right now, like I feel like you're just a happier person. Like you're
Oh man,
not
I
you're
am.
not stuck in the grind of just
Yeah.
you know bagging and
Yeah.
tagging clothes, and
Yep,
just
because before, man, I
yeah,
kinda just had to do what I had to do, like,
yeah,
that model works, but it's a
it
grind,
does.
and, like, Miss Lachey even said it, like, "How do you feel about this being like a you're, like, trapped to the grind, like, you can't do anything but work all day long."
12-hour days.
And yeah, and, like, you see James does the same thing. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, James loves what he does. I love reselling too, but I don't love it enough to where I enjoyed working 12 hours a day,
Yeah,
just standing there taking photos of clothing and stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
so, but he also breaks his day up, like, and then he has the liberty of doing some media items and quicker listing items in between all that.
sure.
There is no there's no breakup with clothing. It's just
No,
you do it until you're done, and
yeah.
your eyes bleed through the process.
That was the thing that I noticed like immediately in the challenge
Yeah.
was that my getting my process faster was
Mhm.
extremely hard. Like to
Yeah.
min max the process of
Mhm.
just the photo process.
Yeah.
Even that, like it's hard. It really is hard to like get that down to, even
Yeah.
a couple less seconds or something, I mean
And
it's
so the only way that I know that you can get clothing any faster is to do flat lay like tech does, right? Because you legit don't have to hang anything or stage
yeah,
anything that much, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
But
a good point.
then it comes into play where do you have the space for that? First of all, second of all, you have cats, so
Oh
there's going to
yeah.
be cat hair,
Oh
Tank's hair
yeah.
everywhere. So you
Everywhere.
got to be mindful of where you lay everything at. So your photo setup is probably the best
Yeah.
'cause I know Nikki used to have a white dog, and that dog's
Oh
hair
my
got
gosh.
everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So black items would have hair all over, and I was like, "This is a nightmare." You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And then so I moved into my own place. There's no dog here. There's
Yeah.
nothing, no hair anywhere. And even with my mom, she's washing all that laundry for me. Her hair gets in the laundry, and I'm like, "How is this
Sure.
happening?" You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'll
So
find like a random zesty hair, like,
yeah,
even in some of my stuff sometimes,
yeah.
it'll just
So
float.
I can understand, like having your processes dialed in, but that's about the only way that I've figured out that the photo process would get any quicker is to
Yeah.
do flat lay. And Tech does everything he does for a reason. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's why he's the fastest, he's the OG.
Well, I think that there's also a level of physicality to that too. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
unless you have your clothes down low, but like getting up and like you'd have to like I don't know. Do you
See,
sit Indian style? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like do you
So he just bends at the waist, right? And he's like six
really?
seven. He's tall. He's not a
Dude,
short guy.
that would
So
kill
he
my
just
back.
legit bends at the waist and then he
Man.
pivots on one foot. So like he'll
Huh.
keep one foot planted like he's playing basketball. He'll rotate to the left, grab the item, and then rotate, put it down, take the photos,
Yeah.
take one step forward to flip it, take a step back, take the other photos, and then puts it next to him on the other side. There's
Wow.
no, and he just stands back up and grabs the next item and bends back over.
Dude.
But now the way he does it, he has it elevated. He has it elevated a couple of feet off the ground. So the bending
Okay.
over isn't it's I don't even think it's a requirement anymore. He just kind of
Yeah.
just has it lifted. So there is no bending.
Cause I was kind of
So
thinking like if you were maybe on your knees and you had like your inventory box like next to you and then your to be listed
mhm,
also on the other side, that would
yeah,
kind of make it a little bit easier. But like, dude, bending at the waist like that all the time,
yeah.
dude, my back would be
And
dead.
that's why I stopped. That's why I
Yeah.
started doing vertical flat leg because
Yeah.
it was I didn't like
Dude,
it.
when you go to the bins and you're like reaching into bins at the
Yeah,
at the
like when you
edge, like
lean,
that, dude,
yeah,
that'll
yeah.
kill you.
Yeah,
That'll
dude,
kill
by the
you.
second round, my back is cashed. I'm
For
like, "Bro,
sure.
this sucks."
For
Like, I'm ready
sure.
to go.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Exactly. What's up,
So,
Hillary? By the way, let's say hi to
what's up,
chat.
Hillary?
What's going
How
on, Miss
goes it?
Lachey?
It's Lachey.
Uh,
How goes it?
Hillary said Marcus was watching Ray's challenge and just going, "Oh, my sweet summer child." Yeah, yeah,
Bro, I
yeah.
felt so bad for him, man. I was just like,
Well,
"Oh, man.
here's the
It's
thing
okay,
too.
buddy."
I feel like in order for me to do what you do now, with the
Mhm.
30 item thing and going more
Yeah,
often, I
yeah,
still need to get the brand knowledge because I
yeah,
found that for me, I was finding like, you know, 15 to $30 stuff, but
yeah.
sometimes I would only find, 20 pieces.
So
And if I wanted more, if I wanted to hit the 28, I found myself going for crappier quality, the Old
right,
Navy, the
and that's what
Tabasco
happened to
hot
me.
sauce shirt, like
That's what happened to me.
those are $4 or $5 sales if you're
Yeah.
lucky.
That's
So,
why I ended up with a store full of items that sell for 10 to 12 bucks because they'll
yeah.
sell, but it's not gonna hit me a lot of margin. And so to
Yeah.
prevent me from having to drive back and forth multiple times a week to St. Louis, I just grabbed what I could while I was there
I mean,
because
of
what I was
course.
grabbing would sell, you know. But that's the beautiful part that you do have over me, right? So you pick a goal, right? And then this is the other question. Out of all that those 21 days, how many new brands did you come on? Like did you find
Um,
out?
I don't know. I want to say at least a handful,
Okay,
probably.
so
At least a handful.
imagine
Yeah.
doing that for imagine doing that for a year and a half.
Correct. Yeah.
You
No,
see what
for
I'm saying?
sure. Yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
that's where I gained all my knowledge from,
Like,
just looking up items and sell-throughs.
yeah, I mean, I will have to say, like, my women's brand knowledge is
Mhm,
lacking because, like, I was even just like randomly watching some shorts today and like came across
mhm.
a reseller that was, naming off a bunch of great women's brands, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh man, I've never even heard of these, or I have heard of
yeah,
them in passing, but they didn't stick in my brain. So like, I've
yeah.
probably passed up a bunch of women's like tops and
I'm sure
stuff
you did.
that were
And so
probably
here's
great.
another question then.
You know.
How many times did you pick something up that you never saw based on the look of it and it turned out to be good? Did that happen at all?
Yeah, not as many as like just finding out about a good brand, but I would say
So
at least 2 to 4 times, something
okay,
like
so
that.
that starts to happen every time you go out. The more you do
Yeah,
that, and the more you look items up, the more clothing you sell. Like I've sold over 15,000 clothing items, right?
right,
So there's gonna be a time where I look at something, I'm like, well, that looks like this one shirt I sold. Let me grab that.
right,
You know what I mean? And
and
then you
that's
look
either
it up and it
by
sells for 40 bucks.
right, and is that either by like the style or like the pattern or all of the
It's
above or
usually gonna be the pattern, right? Like the
okay,
design on the graphic looks like something along the lines of something else I've sold,
sure,
or it's gonna be something that's like, on a paper tag. It might not be single stitch, but it's
yeah,
still like it's close enough to, the Y2K era of
oh
vintage. So I'm
yeah,
like, well, let me just get it because it's vintage.
yeah,
And then I get it back home and I look it up and I find out it's a $40-$50 shirt and
sure,
something I've never even heard of.
yeah.
Or then like I'll get stuff that's kind of like on trend for like sweatshirts and things like that. That's why sweatshirts next to t-shirts is my biggest category right now because sweatshirts are selling and a lot of people are into just really different looking stuff. Like you would think that they would be like looking for like the on trend like popular and which they are. They're looking for like the hip hop looking stuff like that, but people like stuff they have no business liking. Like people are buying construction t-shirts and sweatshirts from me. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we're also seeing the sort of social movement of buying it for life, or
Yeah,
but also like kind of touching back on what we were saying earlier in the show is like people are now, more or less they love the fact that they can bring something back
yeah,
into service, as a clothing piece, and they may not even care if it's cool to somebody else as long as it's
yeah,
functioning. If it's
yeah,
like a nice, Carhartt hoodie, or even it's a Thrash Carhartt hoodie, like they don't
yeah.
care. It's something it's a brand that's built to last.
Dude,
So,
I'll be the first to tell you back in like 2005 when everybody was wearing baggy jabos and like tall tees, I was wearing weird shirts that had nothing to do with anything. Like my mom
mm,
worked at this place called Coney Island Hot Dogs, and I was wearing Coney Island hot dog t-shirts just to stand out and be different. You know what I mean?
how
In a
hipster of you.
generation where, yeah, right. And I had curly hair, and guess what I wore on my feet?
What's that?
Birkenstocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were playing everybody there. You were.
Bro, I'm talking about like I was definitely different, you know what I mean?
That's
But that's
funny.
just because I wanted to stand out because everybody else is wearing Air Force Ones and
Mm-hmm.
baggy jabos and super tall tees, and it just looked ridiculous to me. And I was like, bro, I'm not gonna conform to this crap.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, man. And that just goes to show you that there's a look for everybody, and sometimes it's not what's on trend. Sometimes it's just what the person likes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're seeing more and more of that, and I think that that's a beautiful thing. Really, it's just like, just don't,
Individuality, man.
yeah, just don't judge somebody by what they're wearing. You know what I mean? I mean that could be
Yeah.
anybody that's somebody that's homeless to the richest person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's all just material at the end of the day that is either functional or whatever. So
Yeah. I think the functional stuff does better though right now. So
I
like for
agree.
me, the stuff that's going to be like based for either like outdoor outerwear,
Yeah,
workwear.
workwear for
That
sure.
stuff that stuff's got multiple purposes, right? So it's selling good. It's gonna sell for like $30 and up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm just coming to find out that certain Levi's sell better than other Levi's, which I've already known that, but I'm talking about modern Levi's. You can get like
Okay.
35, $40 for. And
Okay. Good
yeah,
to
and that's
know.
why I told you in your video, don't sell Levi's for $9 because
Right.
I've
Right.
been there and I've done that. I did that all year long. And
Right.
then here towards the end of the year, I'm finding out that I've been tremendously underselling Levi's, and
Dude,
I
yeah.
just don't want you to do that anymore.
I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known
Yeah,
for real. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I've had honestly kind of a lot of trouble selling modern Levi's. I don't know what it is.
You gotta
Um
keyword it up, bro.
I guess so. Vintage Levi's, no problem. Like
Yeah,
usually the vintage Levi's I get, you know, I price them anywhere between 30 and $50 and they
yeah. They
fly.
fly off the
They
shelf.
fly.
Yeah, yep,
But yeah, man, the modern stuff is just it's a hard sell sometimes. But maybe yeah,
yeah.
it's the keywords, it's
And
maybe
you gotta make
the
sure you're getting
specifics, I don't know.
the good sizes too.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
also the thing that I learned from you as well is
yeah.
like I was trying to stop at 38, you know, and
Mhm,
kind of do like 32 to 38, you know, as like
mhm.
a
Dude,
good
you'd be surprised how good a 29-30 sells.
yeah.
Like, a super small size,
Yeah.
right? Who's
Yeah.
the 29 in the waist, bro? I'm a 32 in the
Well,
waist,
that could
and
be
I'm a
like
little dude.
I was gonna say young adults, you know, that probably have
Probably is a young adult.
moms on eBay searching for a cheap
Yeah,
pair of, you know, whatever
yeah,
for school or whatever, you
yeah.
know. So
I could see that.
that's how I would see it, you know. I mean,
They do sell pretty fast, and that's probably the reason why, because kids are sprouting left and right.
yeah, right. I
Yeah,
well that was also why I was a little afraid of those Rock Revival jeans cuz they were so small. But you
bro.
were like
Never pass on rock
you never
revivals.
pass on Rock Revival cuz
Yeah,
I've sold Rock Revival before. I got some out of that
yeah,
storage unit that I bought
yeah,
and they sold quick.
yeah,
This pair that I got though a couple videos ago did not sell yet, but they will. They will. And they'll sell
yeah.
for good money,
What do
I'm
you
sure.
I just sold a pair of Rock Revival shorts,
I didn't even know they made shorts.
yeah, they were
Wow.
corduroy shorts too, not
Oh,
even jeans.
what?
Yeah, right?
What?
And I sold them like 4 days after I listed them for I had them listed for $50, and these were a size 40. This was something that I did go above the 38 for. I was like, "I'll
Sure.
do it for Rock Revivals." And so
Sure.
I listed it for $50. Somebody sent me a $40 offer. I accepted. I'm like, "Absolutely."
Yeah,
For like 4 days.
absolutely. I
But I
mean,
did sell a pair of, Rock Revivals that had a gigantic hole, like that big in the thigh, that it was a distress spot that I guess somebody
yeah.
stuck their foot in and tore it with
Yeah.
their toe and
Yeah.
ripped the hole open, and so one person was gonna buy them, and then he canceled on me, said his dad said he wasn't gonna let him buy something with a big hole in it, and then so I'm like, "Well, who needs their permission to buy clothing online?" But so,
Right.
after that, somebody else came through and bought it. I had them listed for $65 because of the hole.
Yeah.
And, somebody came through and bought them for 45, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that." I sold
Yeah.
another pair that had a gigantic black, like, tar smear all over the front of it. Those sold for like $50 too, so I was like,
That's
"This."
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not passing on Rock
That's
Revival. So,
crazy, bro.
yeah,
Man, man, that's wild. But
yeah.
yeah, no, Marcus definitely did text me though when I was like going through stuff that I was selling on the challenge, and
Mhm.
he directly texted me. He's like, "Don't sell Levi's that cheap." I'm like, all right,
Yeah, because I mean, I knew that part of the reason that, the challenge was getting a little tough because you were running out of money waiting for things
yes,
to sell. And
yes,
if I've learned anything from people roasting me in my comment section was that I've been underselling items all year long, right? So when I've finally focused on raising my ASP and just pricing items to sell at, what the market is and just standing firm on it, my ASP's gone up.
right,
Surprise. You know what I mean? So now I'm like saying what all these people have been saying all along, like you're giving away your items, or like, you're overworking yourself for not enough money because I'm just everything must go, and that's because I'm like nickel and diming myself. And so like I realized within the first couple weeks of me doing this high ASP focus that I had been totally doing everything like the hard way. So that's why I was like messaging you like, bro, like don't do that
well, I
because you would have
think
had better results.
Well, I think also with your like super focused on like a number goal per day too in sales,
Mhm.
that probably also, you know, you've said it, like
Yeah.
it led you to sending more aggressive offers
Yeah,
because you wanted
exactly.
to hit
Yeah,
that
it's
number
it's
every
arbitrary
single
number.
day. Exactly. It is
Yeah.
arbitrary. Like,
But then what
you know
ended
what I'm
up
saying?
happening though is like I would hit, so say I wanted to hit 650, right?
Yeah.
But if I have an item listed for $10, right? And then someone offers me $5 for this item, that's immediately 50% off. Then it's promoted, right? And then on
Right.
top of that, the order total might come out to 19 bucks,
Right.
but 12 of that's going to be
Yeah.
shipping.
Oh yeah.
Or just I'm just throwing numbers out. So
Yeah.
now like this gross total for the day is 650, but really net of that is only like $240.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like then I still got to take out fees and cost of goods
Yeah.
and
The
all that
cost of
other
the
stuff.
item and yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so like at the end of the day, I really wasn't like I've made more money this year than I did last year net so far.
Of
But
course.
imagine if I'd have been having this mindset the whole year long, dude, I could have
Sure.
been double where I'm at already.
Sure. Sure.
So it's
Yeah.
just it's a lesson I'm glad I learned in my second full-time year.
Yeah.
Because, dude, what if I did this for 5 years and I was like, "Why am I not getting anywhere?"
Yeah.
You
For
know?
sure. For sure.
So, yeah.
I think another important lesson was that I found out during the challenge is that
Mhm,
growing faster, like because we just talked about, or you
mhm.
just said, how I was running out of money. Growing
Yeah,
fast is not always good, guys. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Marcus has preached
That's
this
the
before, but like you gotta
yeah,
grow slow. You got to grow
yeah.
slow.
That's the biggest part about it is because you can buy, a bunch of inventory the first week or 2, right? But
Yeah,
eventually you're gonna run out of cash because this
yeah,
is the thing. I spend before I drop my listing go down, I spend $500 a week on inventory, right?
right,
And so, like, imagine if I wanted to double my listing goal from doing 50 a day to doing 90 a day, right?
right.
If I actually wanted to list 90 a day instead of
Yeah,
just drafting 90,
yeah,
now I'm automatically gonna need $1,000 a week, right? And that's just to even get in the door, because then I'm gonna have to do drafts. I'm gonna have to have extra. So now
yeah,
I gotta essentially probably spend $1,500 a week. That's a lot of money to just automatically add $1,000 to your overhead, right? And
mm-hmm.
now you gotta list these items in volume to get them to sell in volume to even
Correct.
catch up to what you're doing.
Yeah,
So that's why it's the best to just grow slow.
yeah.
Let your store grow naturally. And if you are gonna do it, increase by 1 or 2 or 5, you know?
Exactly. And don't sell your Levi's for $9 because you
Don't sell
need
your
money.
Levi's for 9
You know
bucks.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
exactly.
that's literally the reply that I said to Marcus. I go, dude, I know, but I need money. So I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
if you would have sold them for
you know,
30 bucks, you could have bought 4 or 5 pairs of Levi's.
exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
So
So, yeah, that's
grow
that's
slow.
the That's the biggest part about it is I'm glad that you did learn some stuff that you can still carry on because 'cause you're
Oh,
not done selling
100%.
clothes.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah.
be your only focus, but now you've gained knowledge over these 21 days, right? That you can take with you throughout your clothing selling career and just keep
100%.
refining it as you go. Keep looking up brands, keep looking up, patterns and styles. And you're gonna, bro, I promise you, within a year of you still doing clothing, you're gonna get far. I promise you, dude.
I hope
Uh
so. I hope so.
yeah.
I would definitely like to, like I said in my video, 1 to 5 items per trip, but I want to go on more trips to the bins, just period. Because I always forget this, and this is a little tip for you guys, but like the more eyes that you get on items at a place that is a potential source for you is better. You don't have to go there and buy and buy and buy and buy. But as long as you get eyes on the items, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like that's gonna be monumental.
There's tons of people that have gone out and just look like case in point, there's a woman in our Patreon right now. She has not gotten started on eBay yet, right? She's been
Okay.
selling on Amazon. And
Okay.
so like she joined the Patreon to figure out how to get started, right?
Yeah.
And so she's been going to the thrifts and going to the bins and just studying and like taking pictures of tags and labels and then coming back home and doing extensive research on things. Well,
Okay.
finally, she's going to get ready to get started next week. So she started buying stuff the past week or 2 or something like that. And so she's got enough items to list. I think she said 3 a day for a whole month. And then
Okay.
so she started going over some of the brands. And then I was telling her, well, this is the way you would look things up by the brand, then by the size, and then by the color. Because in the beginning, You just want to be able to be familiar with what sells the best inside of certain brands, which is
Absolutely.
what I was doing in the Benz videos when I first met you. I would
100%.
fill up my cart and then I would go through everything and tell everybody why I was picking up what I picked up and the exact sell-through rate, just like you did in your video.
Yeah.
These jeans in this size, this color, sell for this. There's this many listed, there's this many sold.
Yeah.
And that's what I think anybody that's getting into any niche should do, because that's the way
100%.
you're going to gain that knowledge. And then that sticks with you. You look up 100 freaking pairs of Levi's, you're going to get a feel for what you can sell them for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're going to know which sizes sell for the best money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hillary says she sold a pair of new attached Levi's today for $9. They were kid size. Yeah, you could have got
Yeah.
$25 for those.
Yeah, but still, kid stuff. I'd be happy to get rid of some kid stuff though.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know.
stopped picking up. I just stopped picking
Oh
them up.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I only picked up a couple junior pieces in my time of clothing. They fortunately
Mhm.
have sold. They're, like one was like a really nice Polo Ralph Lauren sweater.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, we need to catch up on chat. We're so far behind. Hillary said long hair problems. It's everywhere. Yes, it is. I can get jeans done pretty
Yeah.
quickly if I do multiple in a row. Yeah, I feel like if you get into that
Yeah.
groove,
With that rhythm.
the
Yep.
rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep.
rhythm is a way better word for that.
Yeah.
Uh, Hillary
Especially
said,
if you do yours all in, like, every item, every shirt is the same no matter what. Like, all my photos are the
yeah,
same.
yeah,
The measurements get taken in the same order and everything.
same,
So then you really get a flow
same.
for it.
I
Yeah.
do it that way, and then I also divide my clothes in between items that are over a pound and items that are under
Mhm.
a pound. And I that
Okay.
way when I do the computer listing, I don't have to change the price of shipping.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I just rattle through it.
I'll
Uh,
tell you what though, dude, when I went on vacation, I don't know if you watched the video where I tried to put my store on business policies. I
yes,
ended up putting 2,000 items on one business policy,
yeah,
8.95 for everything, dude, and
yeah.
those things have been selling. 8.95 for a t-shirt to get shipped, and they have
Marcus is
been
like,
selling.
woo.
I'm like, "Bro, $4 off the
Yeah,
shipping?
yeah,
Free
yeah, yeah,
inventory."
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I'm surprised, man, but I got
That's funny.
the rest of the stores on their proper shipping rates,
Well,
but
that's
though I'm
good.
surprised at those items because,
Yeah.
dude, I'm not going through 2,000 items to
No.
pick and choose.
No.
I'll just
No.
let them sell out.
Yep. Exactly. Let them offer me a little less. You know what I'm
They
saying?
do. They
Yeah.
they make me an offer with the shipping in mind, but
Yeah.
still, like, I'm still surprised about it.
Yeah. I feel like most people do keep that. When they make an offer, they're trying to they have an idea in their head of the
Yeah,
combined
exactly.
price, between the two.
Yep.
But anyway, Hillary said, I do flat lay on the floor when taking pics of clothes, and it's a full on cardio workout, getting up and down
I
so
know
much,
it
no
is.
burpees. Yeah, exactly. Like you need to have the physicality for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hustle at Home Mom is a great source of brand info for women's clothes. It might have been honestly her short that I saw. I don't even know.
She's good with clothing brands, and then Kaylee Elaine she's awesome with men and women's clothing
I
brands.
agree. I agree. Yeah, Kaylee knows the brands for sure.
Um,
Miss Lachey said, "Too much work to get $4. I'd rather get $4 from a media item, quick and easy. With clothes,
yeah,
I'm more selective." That's
absolutely,
the truth, though, Miss Lachey.
absolutely.
That's where I want
Way
to be,
less
though.
work,
Yeah,
yeah, way less
I want to
space.
do less work on monotonous things that I'm not passionate about, but I know will make me money,
Yeah,
especially if they're available to me in the places that I source.
right. And that's
Like
why I think James's model works, because he does that
yes,
with media and he does that with hats. And these are
yes,
items that sell quick,
yes,
or well, not quick, but if you have a large inventory of them,
yeah,
you can hats and media are his biggest categories.
yeah,
He hasn't listed cassettes in 3 months, he said, and it still is number three category.
yeah,
And they're so quick to take photos of.
yep,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
You scan a barcode and it's listed. So like I get it.
for
Trust me,
sure,
I get it.
yeah, for sure. Let's see. I learned a lot from men's items from Sunny, J6 Flips, and Marks. Absolutely, those are
Yeah.
killer suggestions. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's funny that Jay is right there.
J6 is right there,
What's
yo.
up, Jay? What's up, Jay? Miss Lachey said it's all a learning experience. As long as you're learning and growing, it's all good. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
That's also one other thing that I thought was really important that I learned is the level of like getting to my max level of work,
Mhm.
like productivity, my max level of
Yeah.
productivity as a reseller. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
I know that listing 30, maybe 35 is like the absolute max, at
Yeah.
least for clothing, that I could do. If it was like 35 cassettes or 35 video games, no problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
But that's just your red line right now, though.
Yeah.
If you keep doing it and keep getting in reps, you could do 50. Of course, you're not going to do it tomorrow, but
Yeah.
if you were to do
Yeah.
it for a few months, you'd get faster. And I
Yeah.
mean, that's
That's
just
true.
human nature. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's so tough because you see the increments so small, when
Mhm.
you're looking at your processes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're right.
Absolutely.
Like it is all repetition, and it's yeah.
Yeah, dude, because at the beginning of the year, I was doing 33, and I'm like, this takes forever. And now I'm doing 30 in a day. And I'm like, this is a breeze. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Dude,
I'm looking at it like it's leisurely.
do you have your mom do the buttons on a button up?
Hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was killer for
Yeah.
me, man, because it would take me out of my rhythm to be like,
Yeah.
all right, man, like I got to deal with
Yep.
buttoning this up, and I'm not wearing it, so it's a little weird.
Yeah. So I
It's
have her
oh
I have her
man,
check the pockets for holes and paraphernalia because there's
that's a good
been
idea.
paraphernalia in them before,
Yeah,
and, whatever, like, she's found money, and I'm like, "Just keep it, that's part of your cut." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, that's a tip, that's bonus,
yeah,
like, just incentive to keep checking pockets, but then so, like,
yeah.
she does that, and then she'll button all the buttons up and fold everything so there's no wrinkles in them.
That's a good
So,
idea. Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
No, I mean that's worth it. That's worth its weight in gold.
Bro, it's
It
worth it the time that I save though, because like since the laundry facility isn't here on hand, like there's a laundromat here, but it's apartment size stuff. So
yeah.
you're gonna pay $5 for a load of laundry,
Yep.
and then it's probably not gonna dry on your first go around. So you gotta add
Of
another two
course not.
quarters in there for 5 minutes.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, and then I'd have to stop doing what I'm doing and then go down there, fold some clothes so they didn't get wrinkled, and then put
Yeah.
another load in, and then starting and stopping processes messes up your flow because the next thing you know, you're checking Instagram or you're eating a sandwich or you go use the bathroom. And
Yeah.
everyone knows when you go use the bathroom, you get stuck on
Oh yeah.
TikToks and
Oh yeah.
shorts and stuff for like 2 hours. The next thing you know, like you're taking a nap and just like, yeah. So
You've got
I'm
the
just like,
seat
I'll just,
imprint on your butt.
yeah.
It's
You got the
legs
dents
fall
on your
asleep.
legs from your knee and for your elbows on your knee. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta just not do this. So yeah, man, I just start paying my mom to do it, and I get a lot more done.
Yeah.
Hiring out the little tasks that anybody could do. Like no one needs. There's not. I fold laundry better than you. I got to do it. No, like anybody could do it.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
just saves me a lot.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hillary said Marcus is spending my mortgage payment on inventory. Yeah, I
No, that
mean,
was if I was to increase. Right now, I'm just doing like
exactly.
it's a lot less now. Now it's like $500 a week still, but only because I'm paying up for certain items. So like there are
Yeah,
items that I'm paying like 5 and 6 and 7 bucks for. Uh, but
but if it's all
on
bomb
weeks that I
names,
yeah,
yeah,
on weeks that I don't have to, because I don't do that every week. There are weeks that I'm getting all 25, $35 items and I'm getting them all from the bins. You
right,
know what I mean?
right.
Just because as I continue to do this, my knowledge base is growing and I'm understanding that I've been underselling quite a bit of things. So now I'm just charging what I know the market can give me for it on the items that I'm picking. And I'm just kind of, if I do take an offer, say I got it listed for 25 bucks, I'm not taking an offer under 18. So therefore that still helps my ASP on the items where I do take offers at, but for the most part, the items are selling for where I'm listing them at because they garner that much money.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and you're I think you're learning a little bit more patience too,
Yeah.
But you're also
Yeah.
spreading your wings as far as where you're listing too. I actually wanted to bring up
Yeah.
hold on. We're going to bring up Poshmark in a second. I swear guys, we're going to talk about it. I promise you. But let's catch up on chat cuz it's going to kill me if I don't. J6 says note taken, don't sell jeans for $9. Yes. If you keep finding those Raider hats, you're golden.
Yeah, bro. That thing was
Yeah,
fire.
dude, that thing was so fire, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact member of NWA who wore that exact
Easy
one.
E. All of them did though. Easy E and
Well,
Ice Cube.
no, Ice Cube had the more logo one.
Yeah, you're right.
Ice Cube had the
You're right.
logo one.
Probably
It,
Easy
it
E
probably was Easy then
or
with like the
MC
more.
Ren.
Yeah, yeah. But dude, such an iconic hat. I can't believe
Yeah.
like I of course that happened when I wasn't filming cuz like I literally went to this like the most plain Jane like white person garage
Yeah.
sale in like a neighborhood. No, it was actually our neighborhood. It was not our
Yeah.
neighborhood, but like just a pile of hats, and like I'm picking up the hats, and I'm like, the very last one was that one, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
How much did you pay for that?
50 cents, bro. 50. I
Nice.
even list. Here's the thing: they were charging 25 cents a hat. I had that hat and a 35 millimeter camera that I knew was
Yeah.
probably, you know,
And
20 to
you just
$40
gave him a
camera.
dollar, right?
Oh yeah, they were like 50 cents, please, and I was like, just take a dollar,
Just yeah.
take a
Yeah.
dollar. Thank you. I'll be on my
Yeah.
way now.
See, I was listening to the video at that point, and I was like, "Did he say that he just gave them a dollar for?" Because I heard you say the cameras were Pentax, and one was okay, and the other one wasn't that great. And then you had
Yeah.
the hat, and I was like, "That's crazy." And then I seen you get in the car with the hat, and you're like, "Guys," and I'm like, "That looks like a wool hat, man." And it turned out to be one. I was like, "That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
$400 hat, baby. Let's go."
I mean, I think in mint condition, that could fetch $400. I
Bro,
really
it could
do.
probably fetch 400 in that condition.
Now, I sold mine for 240. The comps were around like 250 ish on average, so I was
Did you
happy.
use the word script in the keywords?
No, I don't
I
think
bet
so.
you if you would have used the word script in the keywords, you would have sold it for more.
I don't know, man. One keyword making that much of a difference?
Yes, bro.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. But Marcus is gonna be mad. Or no, we already read
Okay,
that
look,
one.
let me share the screen. Oh, dude, I can't share the screen with you.
Uh,
You do it. You do it. Just type in script Raiders hat, bro.
okay,
Promise you, bro. $700,
okay.
$450,
Hold on, 1 second.
$950. Let me go to the
Okay,
solds.
Raiders script hat.
Yeah, script logo.
Oh, script logo.
Yeah. Yeah, Raiders script hat that works, whatever.
I put in Raiders script logo hat. I mean,
So go to the solds.
I am here. So there was this one that went for that was like
No,
oh,
dude.
that's an interesting like
All
circle
right.
one.
Delete your search and type in script Raiders hat.
Okay. Yeah, 220, 450, but that was new with tags. That was basically what I sold. The sports specialties, but that's new with tag.
Sports
Bro,
Specialty is one of the brands you want to look out for.
that's what mine was. That's what mine was. You know what I didn't wait, did I have NWA in the tag? I don't know if I did that. Here's a couple. Here's one for 3 honey. That
Yeah.
probably went for a best
That's the one
offer.
I'm looking. That's the one I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
I got 299,
I still think
299.
240 for mine was appropriate. It had sweat stains
Absolutely.
in
No,
the
yeah,
it had
all
stains in the
day.
sweatband.
But that's the
But
thing though, man. Like when you gain the knowledge of which one, what keywords helps you like sell an item, bro.
oh, for sure, for sure.
It's like so like there's a hat with like the little bars on it. And like if you
Yeah.
use the word bar,
Yeah.
that's gonna make your hat sell for more. If you
Oh, that makes
use like
sense for sure.
obviously if you use shark tooth pattern on a hat, it's gonna
Of
sell for
course.
more. But if you use like the big logo, if you use that, or if you use the term plain logo, because there's a certain look that's the plain logo. And
Right,
all these
right.
items do like sell for more when you use the right keywords with it, because the collectors are gonna come looking for it,
Well, yeah,
right?
that's the keyword or the collectors are looking for those keywords. You know, so you're
Yeah,
getting more eyes, you're getting more potential eyes depending on the keywords.
yeah.
Jared said hello. What's up, Jared?
What up?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Marcus pressed the wrong button. The jeans had to be listed for over a year. They needed to go. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I don't know how that happened.
You're good. You're good. What's up, Shanna? How we doing? What's up, Torrance? It has been a long time. Welcome, welcome.
What up, Torrance? Yeah, my mom is the best. Marcus, remember when Marcus went back to do it? Yeah, that was for one day.
One
One
day.
day was enough to where I was like, bruh, I ain't doing this no more. I see why I gave up on this,
Yeah,
because
man.
I was like, I got a laundry facility on site. Let me just try it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nah, man. That
No,
threw everything off.
no, trust me. Zesty and I have already talked. We're like, who can we hire like one of our sisters to come over and take
Yeah.
pictures for us, or like
Yeah. Hire
do
sister
you
Zesty.
know something, man? Because like, I mean,
Yeah.
even my own sister, I feel like she could use some extra money on the weekend. You know, sometime. Like, hey, come over. $1.50 an
Yeah.
item. If you get 10 items done an hour, which is totally reasonable, that's 15
Yeah.
bucks an hour. You know what I'm saying? Or
Man.
or actually more than that. Or did I say yeah, $1.50. So yeah, I mean 15.50, but still.
Mm. Uh, let's talk about people not wanting to pay up. Y'all pay up now, man. I used to not, but now that I realize that sometimes it requires me to pay up to buy items that will sell for more money, if, at least to get them in larger amounts. Sometimes you got to pay up.
Yeah.
Uh, and so, man, I'll pay up as high as $20 for something. If I know I paid $40 a piece for them Filson jeans. You know what I mean? But they'll
Damn,
sell for really good money.
Filson be like that, huh?
Yeah, brand
Wow.
new Filson jeans, man. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
I brand new. I mean,
yeah,
100%, 100%.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that makes sense. That makes
And
sense.
they're salvaged too. So that's I just sold Gap jeans that were salvaged for $45 and they sold instantly. So
I didn't even know that Gap did the selvage.
neither did I until I found
That's
them at the
wild.
bins and said Japanese salvage on the waistband. And I was like, all
Oh,
right, that's
yeah,
sure money.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Like even I know that.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I guess
undersold
that
it.
is a mortgage payment, Hillary.
I
She said
mean,
500,
it could be.
500 a
It
week,
could be in some.
200,
Yeah, in some places of the country.
2000 a month.
You know. Or
Yeah,
well,
how
yeah,
much
yeah.
was
That
your
was
mortgage?
Well, I was. I mean, I probably spent close to it in what I spent in the challenge. Like, what was the? I don't even remember the last number. It was like six
I don't know. I think you
hundred
said six something,
six something. But I
620,
mean, that's
something like
that's
that. Yeah.
$300 less than what my mortgage payment is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, and I'm spending 500 a week. So that's $2,000 a month. But it's the business paying for it. It's not like me.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
trust me, it definitely ain't me paying for it.
Oh no, I mean I got so lucky that like 5 days into the challenge, I sold that drum
Mhm.
set for 200 and
Yeah,
whatever
bro.
60
Yeah.
bucks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
You
like
had a little pep in your step
that
that day.
bankrolled me. That bankrolled me for sure.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I mean, again, I was already a 10 to 15 item a day lister, so like I already had a bankroll. So if anybody's
Yeah.
watching the challenge or thinking about
Yeah.
reselling just in general, like just understand that I already had some movement. But
Yeah.
even then, if I had a bad day or a couple bad days,
You'd be out the game for a
that's
minute till you
yeah.
sold
You,
something.
you
Yeah.
gotta chill. You gotta, and I did a couple days in the challenge. Like
Yep.
I was like, I gotta
Yep.
chill a little bit right now. I'm kind of spending a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And so like overbuying is a big thing, right? While a lot of people like either go out of business or they just can't get listings done for a while because they list so much stuff that they're now waiting on that stuff to sell,
yeah.
which is another reason why growing slowly is the best way to do it.
Well, yeah, and I think that also we've said this before, or at least I have, but also focusing just on higher sell through rate items, even if they're a lower
Mhm.
dollar, just
Yeah.
something that's going to sell faster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
In a
Just so you
pinch,
can
absolutely.
recoup
Because
some of that money,
yeah,
and recycle it into your bankroll.
yeah.
Your
Because for me right now, since I have like a bigger store, I got 9,000 items. Sell through's not exactly my biggest concern right now.
exactly,
ASP is because
exactly
I've got enough items that have fast sell through to carry me in between
right.
the bigger sales. Right
Keep a roof
now,
over
I
your
want
head.
to right. So I want to replace all those items that are lower ASP with items that are higher ASP. So
Right.
then as I sell through these and I replace them, I want 9,000 items of all $35 items or
Yes.
9,000, items of a store of $35 items, so that way I'm raking in the dough all day long because everything that sells is a banger. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to take me some time to get there because I still pick up t-shirts that sell for 15, $20 because they just sell so easily. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
other than that, if I can replace all my Ann Taylor Loft with $35 hoodies, I'm with it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Let's
You know
get
what I'm
that
saying?
faded glory out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice when I bought it for 800 sweaters for $200,
I mean,
but like
of
I'm
course.
over
Well,
it.
yeah, but it's like I mean, are you gonna pass up those $15 t-shirt, $15 to $20 t-shirts if you're paying, at an 8 ounce rate, you're paying like 90
No.
cents? No.
Yeah, I'm not
You
passing
know.
those up.
Exactly.
But I'm not picking up no
Old
what is
Navy,
it?
faded
I'm not
glory.
picking up Old Navy, even though I sell it every day, all
Do
day,
you?
man. Like,
Huh?
yeah, I sold some since we've been on this this podcast.
That's funny. That's
Yeah, I'm not
funny.
even stunned, dude.
I picked a couple pairs of pants.
Mm,
You might know it.
You're not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
Old
Oh,
Navy
okay.
shirt, women's 2XL.
That's funny. Well,
Mm,
the women's plus size tops are trending right now.
yeah.
But I did pick up a couple pairs of, what were they? Pixie pants, the women's
Old Navy
style pixie.
Pixie. So
I
the
picked up a
thing
couple
with
pairs
Old
of
Navy
those.
pants that's on trend is the low rise, the low rise flare leg, and it doesn't even have to
Okay.
necessarily be low rise, but the flare leg in general is going to be, especially in plus size, because they don't want the low rise, they want the tummy
Yeah.
coverage. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That
But the
makes
flare
sense.
leg is definitely in, and you can sell that for like $20 all day,
There you
20 to
go.
25.
That's some good free advice right there, y'all.
Yeah, man. Super. And then women's plus size like 2X and 3X Old Navy sweatshirts selling for $20 all day too.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
I'll have to remember that. Well,
Yeah.
I knew that, like, from learning from you when you started to pick up Old Navy stuff. You're like, it's finally time to
Mhm.
maybe pick up some Old Navy because I gotta, like, keep my listing, whatever
Mhm.
goal up.
Yeah.
But even just like the cool pattern stuff, that was like something that I kept looking for with like Old Navy stuff, and I would just find the most
Yeah.
plain Jane,
Yeah.
stuff in the bins during the challenge, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
get it
And
out of
then
here.
Old Navy t-shirts are like $10 brand new, so those are like pointless to pick up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The only
yeah,
thing that's really worth picking up with Old Navy is going to be their jeans, and it's going to be like their kind of like their sweatshirts with cool patterns on it. But even then, man, like it's still probably going to be a pass unless you get the right sizes
yeah,
and like camouflage or something cool. I'd pass on it.
yeah, yeah. Tough business out here.
Yeah. Hillary said Marcus is definitely like a disappointed father right now. I'm not disappointed because he still sold way better. My biggest letdown when it came to hats was that True Religion hat I sold for $100 and I could have sold for 800. Now that's a smack in the face. At least you got, over $200 for yours. So
Yeah,
you
listen,
did good.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, I mean, we got to remember what I paid for it. But
Mhm.
second of all, I it was like piranhas with a piece of meat whenever I posted that thing. I had
Yeah,
so
I know you did.
many offers and messages about this hat that I kid you not, guys. I woke up, I listed it at like 8 o'clock at night,
Mhm.
woke up to like 10 offers, 5, 6 messages, like,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, oh
That's how
my
you know you
gosh.
had it underpriced.
Oh my gosh. And like, I was like, I just want to take the first price that's decent, and that $240 one was in the mixture of all
Mhm.
that, and I just went accept. I don't even care. Like,
Yeah,
the person's been a member for like a year, they have like 8 feedback. I don't even care. Like,
yeah,
just pay
yeah.
and get this thing out of here because like I'm done. I'm so done right now. I had people
I
coming out of the
switched.
woodwork for that thing.
I sold something to someone that had no feedback today. I was their first sell.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
what
but
they buy.
they had a green check by their name, so I sold to them. I don't even remember.
Okay.
It was nothing worth
Somebody's
hanging
got to.
on to.
Somebody's got to start.
Somebody got to give them a shot, and
You
I
know what I'm
do
saying?
automatic feedback too. So they got
Yeah.
one feedback now
There you
before even
go.
getting their item. Yeah,
What's up? What's up, Brian?
yeah. Nightbot hasn't been updated yet, Jared. So he's not
Oh
in the know
yeah,
that we do this
yeah.
every other
No,
week.
I gotta. Yeah, I just updated the bot for the Discord to say every
Yeah,
other week.
yeah.
So Marcus Torrance said, "Oh well, somebody got a great deal and you made awesome profit money." I
Yep.
mean, dude, I think it was pretty appropriately priced for the condition. I really do. I really
And
do.
really, that's all that matters at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with the sale,
Like,
bro.
we just saw one that sold for 450 or 400 or whatever it was, new with tag. Like, that's
Yeah.
the highest of the high, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it gets much better than 240, $250 for the hat in the condition that I had it in. But
Yeah.
I mean, I had
What's up,
people come out
Brian?
I had people come out of the woodwork with like, "Hey, bro, 130,
Yeah.
150." I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Those are the dudes that wear Carhartts with Birkenstocks. What's up, Brad? Let me get that hat, dude. It's sick.
Bro, I
Oh,
had somebody,
dude.
Marcus, I had somebody, I'm not even joking you, zoom in on one of my pictures and zoom
Uh,
in on the stitching, okay? And the stitching is
yeah.
gray and the hat is black. Okay, they go, stitching different color question mark.
Yeah.
Was this repaired? I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's a
I'm
whole
just
different level
I
out
just
there,
stopped
man.
replying to them. I just
Yeah,
stopped replying to them completely. I'm like, I should have just blocked and just moved on, dude. Like
yeah.
bad. Bad.
These
That's when I
kids
saw that
nowadays,
240.
man.
I was like, click it. Click it now.
Yep, yep,
So, yeah. Miss Lachey says we all for all we reach out, ask questions. We don't have to operate on an island. Absolutely, that's why we like
yep,
these communities.
yeah,
Uh, Paying up can be a cheat code if it saves you time. Also, shopping the
yeah,
racks. Yeah, yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I mean, especially if you're getting it at a consistent basis too. Like,
yeah.
you know,
I've been implementing the racks here lately. It's not been the greatest, but I've been able to find a few items, without having to leave town.
have you
And then
really?
yeah, and then I just factor it in. I'm still even paying up for items like I've been paying. I'm still at a dollar. I went from $1.46 to $1.58 for a buy
Okay.
cost.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's raising the ASP some, and as I continue to do it, it will get higher. But for right now, it hasn't raised it too much. I do need to be more mindful of trying to pick up more t-shirts and stuff because me buying a lot of like heavier stuff like jeans and like summertime's over with now, so I'm not buying as many shorts and like lightweight odd objects. So now I'm buying like jackets and
Of
hoodies and
course.
sweatshirts and jeans and stuff and
Yeah,
Carhartt pants and things like that. So that all that weighs more, so my buy cost is going to go up.
for sure.
uh but I'll be able to bring it back down in the summertime and the springtime again, so it's all good.
Yeah, I just remember like some trips at the end of the challenge. I'm like, please let me get a bunch of shirts. Please let me get a
Yep,
bunch of shirts.
keep it cheap.
Keep it
Yeah,
cheap. Yeah, but my
yep.
at one point my average price was over $2 in the challenge, and by the end I got it down to
Mhm.
like $1.60 something. So like
Yeah,
I
that
did
sounds
pretty good.
about right.
But I was
Yeah.
buying a lot of T-shirts at the end, so
Yep.
it helped out. So.
Yep. Yep.
Torrance said, yep, like whenever I see Amazon and Walmart vest at the bins, I tell people, let me get that for a hurry up and snatch that. It's not cool, but it sells fast. Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Brian says, I've been doing 16-hour days on the real job and haven't listed in over a week. Jeez, dude. My
Yeah.
store has just come to a screeching halt. Got to push through and just zombie list so the store doesn't completely
Yeah.
stall. I mean,
Yeah.
it's either
Listening to
that.
your face falls off.
Yeah, I was either gonna say that or just run a promotion. Just to generate something.
Yeah.
Some progress in profit is better than no progress in profit.
Yeah. Or just
Jared's,
list one a day.
yeah, or do that. Yeah, and make sure it's a good item. Like
Yeah.
some wool Raiders hats.
Yeah.
Jared said, my problem is the new stuff is not replacing the old stuff because it's selling 3 times faster than the old stuff. I mean, and there's a reason
Yeah.
why that might be old stuff. Because
Well,
you
part
maybe
of the reason with Jared was he lives in Arkansas
okay,
where Walmart was started at, right? So
sure,
when he first started selling, he was picking up Time and True, Faded Glory, like all
yes,
these really
yes,
bad brands. But as Jared's been working on reselling for like a year now, he's picking up killer stuff.
yeah,
And he was in very high range
yeah,
on
yeah,
defects.
yeah,
On
gotcha,
and so like now his ASP is climbing. He's out of very high range on his defects and all the items that he's picking up now. Like if he goes out tomorrow and picks up some stuff, it's going to be all fire and he's going to sell something before the end of the week for
yeah,
sure because he knows what he's doing now. But
yeah.
Jared a year ago is not Jared now.
I you
So that's why his old stuff is not going anywhere.
you took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say,
Yeah.
and that's probably because the old stuff is not very good stuff.
No, it's not at
and
all,
and
dude.
listen, that happens to all of us as resellers.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
all buy crappy stuff at the beginning. I don't think
Yeah.
that there's you could go and watch every single YouTuber out there that does
Yeah.
reselling content, and you would
Yep.
still buy bad stuff. You still
Yeah.
would. You
Yep.
still would.
Because either you need to hit the mark or you listen to some YouTuber that doesn't even know what they're talking about.
Sure,
So
they
that's
exist.
out there too.
They
That's out
exist.
there too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I did that with a lot of people. I was like, oh, so and so sold these jeans for $25, but they didn't say how long they held on to them for. They didn't say what the size was or like what about this item made it sell for that much.
Yeah.
And so like I ended up going out buying the same brand and the jeans sold for $9. And I was like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah.
So and then like there's also the difference between men and women's. Like some brands and men sell for a lot of money, but the woman counterparts don't sell for much at all. You know what I mean? So it's tough too. Like
Yeah.
women's American Eagle jeans or American Eagle shorts, dude. You can't get them things away for $10 even. But I just sold a pair of men's American Eagle cargo shorts for $25. You know, so it's a vast difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed my American Eagle women's stuff tends to go for lower dollar
Hmm.
than the men's stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like the $10 to $15 range for the women's stuff, and
Hmm.
15 to 25 for the men's stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it still sells. So
Yep.
whatever. Y'all need to hit the thumbs up to get some sales. Absolutely,
Yep.
that
Yep.
is true. No
Yep.
feedback buyer means a new eBay buyer who found your item from Google. Good for us all. Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
they're still the king of SEO,
Yeah.
and promoting
Yep.
in that way. So, yo, what's up,
Mhm.
Bobby? I sell
Hey, Bobby.
so many Berkeys. Saved me last summer. Thankful.
I was
Berkeys?
selling the crap out of some Birkies. They're Birkin. It's a
Oh,
line of Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, it's not actual Birkenstocks. It's a spinoff by Birkenstock called Birkies.
Right,
And
right.
so I was getting them because my brother was working at that thrift store in the shoe department. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
get me all Birkenstocks, any Birkies, anything that looks like a Birkenstock, get me all those. And he was getting for me those and Crocs. And I was selling so many pairs of shoes, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, but then, he moved out of the shoe department and moved into glasswares. And I was like, we had a good thing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't need glass. So
Yeah. If you were
I
sunny
stopped selling shoes after
if
that.
you were sunny Las Vegas, you'd be still hitting your
Yeah.
brother up all day.
Yeah.
Sonny's
Yeah.
out here, selling the glassware to the old ladies. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that for Sonny.
Like clogs what, Brian? Like Birkenstock clogs? Like anything Birkenstock. Anything by Birkenstock. Even
Yeah,
Birkenstock tennis shoes. Yes, they
seriously.
exist. And so anything, and then so like if you're looking for clogs, Dansko, those are like $35-$40 shoes easily.
Mm-hmm.
There's another brand, Dansko, then there's Sanita, there's Koi, then there's another pair of can't remember, man. Uh, Dang it, man. I've been out of the shoe game too long. I would know it if I saw it. But it's like Dansko's that sell well too. And they're all like $30-$45 shoes. You want to pick those up too. Uh
Oh yeah,
Allegrias. That's what
Allegra.
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good brand. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
wholly familiar with clogs. But yeah, there's just
That's it. Yeah, Hillary.
with every different category of reselling, there's going to be those brands that you just have to learn about eventually.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody knows about American Eagle, but how many
Yeah.
people know about Tory Burch? I don't know, just throwing out something, but
Right.
just as an
Right.
example. So
Yep.
you know you'll get there. You just got to learn.
Yeah.
uh
So many sellers think no feedback is scary. We got to welcome new buyers if we want to keep selling on eBay. Exactly, because the old buyers are leaving,
miss
going to
Lash-
Poshmark.
Miss Lachey's the mayor of eBay over here.
Dude,
Come
the
on
thing is,
in.
Miss
No.
she's got a mindset that sees things from all aspects,
For sure.
right?
For sure.
And so, like, she's been like I don't even know what the word that I would use to explain her with her philosophy on the way she looks at things, but she's made me look at things in a whole different light on a lot of different aspects where I'd be like closed minded and like so laser focused on what I was doing. And she's like, well,
Sure.
what about it? Like, what about this? And I'm like, you know what? That's an incredible way to look at things. So, like, it just goes to show you, man, that like, if if you're one of those people that think you know everything, bro, you might as well just lay down and die, man. Because
Yeah.
if you're so dead
Facts.
set on what I do is the right way, and that's the only way to do it, then bro, you're gonna be so limited by the things that you can do. Because I sell way more stuff than Miss Lachey does, but she teaches me something probably on a weekly basis,
For
just in
sure.
my comment section.
Yeah.
Just in my comment section. That's none of less talking about the fact that she makes videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Straight up. Straight up, man. That's perspective is everything, especially when you're like laser focused on something like that. It's
yeah,
just so easy to get caught up and just kind of
yep,
ignore the things that are going by,
yeah,
put up your blinders and
yeah.
all that stuff. I mean, speaking of Poshmark, I would love to talk about that, but we are basically at the end of the show. So
Right.
that means not next week, but 2 weeks from now, we'll be on Marcus's channel. We'll talk about Poshmark then, I'm sure.
Right.
So if you're
Yeah.
not subbed to Marcus, go check that out. Let's catch up on chat before we get out of
Yeah. Yeah.
here. Better off just donating it. I mean, fair.
Yeah.
All my
Yeah.
items are the best items. I love that you're believing in the heart of the items, Brian. The
Yeah.
heart of the
Yeah.
items. Maybe if American Eagle's women's clothes had bigger pockets, we'd be snatching it up.
I think
Dang.
that's women's clothing in
Dang.
general.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
some women's jeans that I found that I could put my whole hand in before, but barely none of them. Like, you can't even fit a penny inside of them. So,
I don't the one brand that surprised me with the pocket size that I learned
mhm,
in my journey was White Stag, and I sold White Stag. I was so
yeah.
surprised.
That's because White Stag's defunct now. So, like, the
Oh,
people that
really?
were like, yeah, the people that were all about it can't get it nowhere but eBay. So
Oh,
that's why
okay.
you can still
Good.
sell it.
Good
Yeah.
to know. Good to know. eBay guru Lachey. I love it. Yeah, eBay ambassador Miss Lachey. I'm gonna call up eBay and be
Yeah.
like, I know your next ambassador, and it's gonna be Miss Lachey. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Tiffany
guys.
slipping in last minute to say, hey, Tiffany.
What's up, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good call. I just completely went by that one, blended in.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Nope.
Got a
Just
video coming
thanks for
tomorrow?
coming out and hanging out with us. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm gonna have to record it tomorrow, but
Okay,
it'll be coming out tomorrow.
cool, man.
Same bat time and channel.
Sounds good. We'll have another video coming out before the end of the weekend. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly when. I've got footage. I don't know if I want to use that footage plus more or just use that footage for a video because I feel like it's a little lacking. So we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
just know that we're going to release one more video this week at some point in time.
Yeah.
And like I said, join us on Marcus's channel, Dixon's Pickins,
In two
in
weeks.
2 weeks. All right, guys.
Yep.
Love y'all. Let's make all this cash, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Peace.